Welcome to this week's Jackson County Board of Commissioners meeting. This meeting is held in the Jackson County Courthouse Auditorium at 10 South Oakdale in Medford. This meeting is held every Wednesday morning at 9:30 as long as a quorum of 2 commissioners is available to conduct the business of Jackson County. Your Jackson County Commissioners broadcast this meeting over Rogue Valley Television, and it's available for live streaming and review at jacksoncountyor.gov. Under the Government tab, under Recorded Meetings, click on RVTV Live Streaming. The types of business that occur at this meeting include public hearings, official voting on actions by the Board of Commissioners, presentations by departments of the county, and recognition of service that makes our county great. Agendas of the meetings are posted on the Commissioners' Bulletin Board and released on the county website and through local media in the time required for public notice. Many of the conclusions on the business presented to the Board of Commissioners have been discussed in detail and prepared by the Administration Office and staff prior to consideration at this meeting and the official vote. These prior discussions also have been properly noticed and the work done in a transparent manner. We encourage you to come and experience the process by attending any of these meetings or watch online at jacksoncountyor.gov. And now, your Jackson County Commissioners, Dave Dodderer, Rick Dyer, and Colleen Roberts, working for you.
Okay, I will call to order the Board of Commissioners regular meeting for March 27th. It's 9:30 a.m. and we're in the Courthouse Auditorium in an audio-video conference. And if you would please rise, we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we have a very special Community Service Award. Jane Ann Rowley for Food and Friends, if you'd come on up.
We got her surrounded. So it is my privilege to get to read the accolades about our Community Service Award winner for March 2024, which is Jane Ann Rowley from Food and Friends. And the Jackson County Board of Commissioners is pleased to present the March 2024 Community Service Award to Miss Jane Ann Rowley for her service to the community through Food and Friends. Miss Rowley was nominated by Miss April McPherson, the volunteer coordinator, for her work with Food and Friends as a volunteer meal delivery driver with Meals on Wheels program for Jackson and Josephine counties for nearly 20 years. That's a long time. Ms. Rowley delivers meals to homebound older adults in the Rogue River area once a week and is always willing to fill in on additional days when needed. At a time when Gold Hill did not have enough volunteers to deliver meals, Ms. Rowley stepped in and delivered 2 days per week, one in Rogue River and one in Gold Hill. She is a volunteer that every organization needs, and Food and Friends is exceptionally grateful to have her. The service that Ms. Rowley provides to the older adults in our community is vital. It is not only a meal delivery, but is also an invaluable safety check to ensure the well-being of the members in our community are not at risk. The participants that she delivers to and her fellow volunteers have come to admire her just as much as she has them, and she continues to provide this service wholeheartedly and with a positive attitude. Additionally, Ms. Rowley is a volunteer with Smart Reading, where she spends an additional 2 days a week reading to first grade children. What a diverse service. She is a volunteer that constantly shows what true selflessness looks like. The Board of Commissioners is grateful to Ms. McPherson for bringing Ms. Rowley to our attention, and we are pleased to recognize her for her contribution to Jackson County. We believe Ms. Rowley's efforts distinguish her as a citizen worthy of this March 2024 Community Service Award.
it's hard to add anything to that, but I will tell you, having done Meals on Wheels myself for just 2 years, for you to do it for 20 is absolutely incredible, and I know how really important that is. I also know how important those reading programs are, too. So congratulations, and thank you very much for all you do for our community.
First of all, when I got the email from this board telling me that I was going to get this award, I thought, what for? And then when I talked to April, she said, you've been doing this for 20 years. I had no idea. Time just goes. You do what you do. People don't do this for an award. You do it because you want to do something for the community, and I get as much out of it as they do. I really do. And the SMART program is fabulous. So we need volunteers, if anybody wants to volunteer for that. Thank you. Well, there is a council in Medford, but if you want to volunteer in the Rogue River area, call me. And usually when I meet somebody new, I'll say, it's nice to meet you. I have something for you to do. So, we just, obviously read to the first graders during the school year. And it's so much fun. My friend Nancy's here, and she volunteers for SMART as well. We read on Monday and Tuesday. And delivering meals is just fabulous. I love those people. The worst thing is that you get to get close to these people and then they die. And that's tough.
Go ahead and read this then for you. This says Jackson County Community Service Award. On behalf of the people of Jackson County, the Jackson County Board of Commissioners hereby expresses profound admiration and gratitude to Jane Ann Rowley for exceptional and dedicated service to the Jackson County community. The board recognizes this service as exemplary of a generous civic attitude that is essential to the high quality of life in Jackson County.
Thank you.
She needs that.
My only job today. Rather than drive.
Hi. Okay, the next we have a request for and discussion of non-agenda items. There is a 5-minute limit. Pursuant to the codified ordinances of Jackson County, Section 213.06, members of the public may address any item not on the agenda. However, pursuant to ORS 192.640, the Board of Commissioners is prohibited from discussing a principal subject that is not on the agenda. Therefore, the Board of Commissioners will listen to your concerns and may consider the matter you raise by asking staff to follow up on any questions or by placing the matter on the agenda for discussion at a future meeting. We have no one right now who's signed up in the auditorium, but let me also say, is there anybody who would like to come forward? Okay, seeing none, do we have anybody with their hand raised online?
Mr. Vice Chair, I do not have anyone with their Zoom hand raised to speak.
Okay, we'll give it a couple of seconds here. Okay, with that then we will move on to the consent calendar, which consists of the minutes of the meetings of the Board of Commissioners work session of March 5th, 2024, the Board of Commissioners regular meeting of March 6th, 2024, and the Board of Commissioners staff meeting of March 7th, 2024.
And I'll move to approve the consent calendar.
Second.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughter?
Yes. We have no public hearings scheduled. Moving on to discussion and deliberation, the first item on the agenda is an order authorizing a Jackson County Services contract with the Children's Advocacy Center. That is order number 62-24. Staff?
Mr. Chair, members of the board, as you know, the Children's Advocacy Center of Jackson County provides community-based, multidisciplinary approach to prevention, treatment, identification, investigation, and prosecution of child abuse. They provide services that are aimed at reducing trauma to children who experience abuse by making the investigative and prosecutorial process for a child as focused as possible. Provide services for children ages 0 to 18 who've experienced abuse or witnessed violent crimes and their non-offending caregivers. Funding for these services is passed through from the state of Oregon through the Criminal Justice Commission Reinvestment Grant, Justice Reinvestment Grant Program. The Justice Reinvestment Grant Program has provided funding to them for many years. The term of the contract in this case is July 1st of 2023 through June 30th of 2025. It does require ratification to become effective July 1st of 2023. It's an expense, as I said, pass-through revenue of $231,318, and I do recommend your approval.
Okay. Any questions? No?
I'll move to approve Order 62-24.
Second. Discussion? No? Okay.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughter?
Yes. Now we have an order authorizing a backfile indexing of historical records agreement with CoFile Technologies Incorporated and rider to the CoFile proposal. That is order number 63-24. Staff?
Mr. Chair, members of the board, as you know, this is something that our county clerk's been pushing for and working on diligently for almost a couple of years. In this case, they desire to enter into an agreement with CoFile Technologies Incorporated. This actually will allow the backfile indexing of historical records that will date all the way back to 1853 up to 1982. In this case, that would allow the public, title companies, attorneys, and other stakeholders the ability to research and purchase historical county records at their convenience. The term of the agreement's upon execution through project completion, unless it's terminated as provided for in the agreement. It's an expense of $1,088,854, and I do recommend your approval.
Okay. Any questions?
We don't. We have been talking about this a while, but I will move to approve Order 63-24.
Second.
And I'll just add, it is something that county clerk had wanted and has advocated for to get the records readily available to the public.
This is wonderful.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughter?
Yes. And finally, we have an order authorizing a standard terms of use with the Rocket Science Group, LLC, doing business as MailChimp, and that is order number 64-24.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Rocket Science Group, LLC, as you said, doing business as MailChimp, will be utilized to provide mass email services to deliver the Jackson County news postings, solicitations, requests for proposals, etc., to citizens. The standard terms of use is effective upon signing and agreeing to the standard terms of use until terminated as provided for in the standard terms of use. It's an annual expense of $648. It's coming to the board, obviously, because it exceeds 1 year, and I do recommend your approval.
Okay. Any questions?
Nope. I'll move to approve Order 64-24.
Second.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Daughter?
Yes. And with that, we are adjourned.
Efficient.
We hope that you have enjoyed this week's Jackson County Board of Commissioners meeting. If you have any questions on any part of the show, please feel free to contact your Jackson County Commissioners or staff. You can find their contact information at jacksoncountyor.gov. To review the content of this or any other recent meeting, under the Government tab, under Recorded Meetings, click on RVTV Live Streaming.